That was a half silence.
Players have played 13 billion players over 11 years for 38 per year. That's roughly 38 billion per year. They're 15 games per year. Next one is they could have 78 billion for first class defense. Which was after. More episode of 3 minutes later than fans for Reds and the Reds. Almost like, I'm not real glad to get credit or something like that. I mean, it's sad that everybody from Front Street are actually taking credit for the Reds. I mean, usually a game that goes into overtime has something like it, right? Yeah. The case with Thursday football. Denver fans were bullying their fans out, threatening to do it. In addition to for a touchdown. Here's a record for Thursday. Well, a pretty good example of the rapid action of this game is near end of regulation. 6 field goals. 9-9. Here's how we started that starting with. The Broncos fans are family. We've had enough. It's 9-9. They're like the heck with it. Just gotta beat the traffic. Just gotta beat the traffic. My forever fans, you gotta be fans. You have to. So are you Kirk fans. So, I mean, Russell Wilson, they're brutal performance. He completed just 54% of pass attempts, 2 interceptions. Easily his first game in the Broncos career. In overtime, he had a random mistake that gave him, or what it would have been the game winning touchdown. He only got 3 mistakes this game. But that's not a I was repping the deal with the Broncos fans. A failure after every play, then you're at a little curve. Then just their bad little focus. It's terrible. I think that's right. They have run over Rover, Steve Rover, so nobody took the girls with and then the first time the first leg was just too late. I think that's worse. Something bad, there's nobody would think pretty early throughout the season. Yeah, but that's the first career. And that person there, Brooker win. So I understand anyone was saying things with the receiver and the fairway, understand the offense, but that throw for River, I would cut that throw on the outfield and it's not. You might put that throw in. You might force that on the outfield. You're a sack receiver for him. When he took that right for the game winning that's a Harvard. So I'm thinking same principle. Same principle. Kind of replicated. If the fact that when you're not trying to get fouled in offense, you better run through it. And I was glad for that. I hope the scoring was there. Russell was about 6-18. And the red zone of scoring completion. So to me, it's a red trust. I've never seen like this man because he was never that erratic when it came to being that way. And the other thing they asked, they're 56% I'm not seeing the stickability or one with that juice running around the crack that you can make a compost day. That's over. I never felt that. He just got any sound at it. We're starting right now. And it's just over. Grab it back. Yeah, speaking of grab it back, that'll get the front of the pretty last week. That's what I got. real bad. Well, that's bad. So Brandon Swift was for the quarterback of that. Everybody else was size. I don't think that's there. That was the third. Okay. I don't know. It's big. Some other good games for Philip Rubin. That's one you play around. Right. Around the big seven from there. Around Tennessee and Arizona. Or Cal State and Michigan State. Apparently on the first round game. This for a 45, 77, 52, and 49 in the past three games. This is 60 points to Rubin. Average record of 38 and 8. Meanwhile, what was that the other game? I think it was actually the same as Vegas. Arizona getting 30 their 3 days at Oregon. Well, that's what I read about the Tennessee where they missed Alabama, Georgia, or Council, Michigan, Texas, USC, Northwest State, Tennessee, the international team of fans, but I think they are pretty really. Our best travel there is going to be number 7, 10, Kentucky last week. Big State, we'll be the fan travel. PCL, yeah, not in the fan, but I think we're right over there forever. We have to have PCL around. Kansas, Syracuse. Yeah, I'll put ranking. Right. That's the Korean. Oh, we got that. That's pretty good. Let's stop at the big games about Kentucky should have been confirmed for the past pair, no purpose. So, I think somebody in the round of Kentucky has some first steps, the best, Reds to get a team from the nation, Reds from the Rebels, outstanding. That's what that was like for Reds. That's the Reds. That's what it was for Reds. Yes. That's firm. It's still early, but, that Rick had for first time from wrestling and that one rebel straight down. They got set. They got a touchdown. They turned back. So that's one of the best for Mississippi got firm. Straight back. That's a good game. I mean, Stokes, like Frank Temple, and Stokes the best for the football for the Rams. And Frank Temple for everything was that. Last week, you had Smith right feet today. So the whole creative for Philly Street. We'll see where goes back. Break down the rest of those games. What's that spread for A-Rock? Yeah. A-Rock, it's their second reason. Hopefully, when you look at the A-Rock, it's a perfect reason. Okay? It's like fast. It's going anyway. It's going to take our fastback. It's strong. It's big. It's for a big player. And we know that it's just a rest for really fast. We're at a friend. And we're doing a real fast. They were doing it short for us. That's the Roc and Manuch got a crap. I just said, wow. Well, if I put for the show now, right? Oh, that's the show. It's fine. That's it. I just play let's say forever. Why not just play some I'm not taking sales now. USC. I hope I read those things. Yeah. 5, 6, 7, right from out of NFL QB turned radio host, Sean Salisbury goes unfiltered with Roc and Manuch. Now on Fox Sports 910. All right. So the next, I'm looking at the MLB postseason bracket. It's the Cardinals, the Europe, Seattle, the West. I've seen the Brownie West. I also see the Philly West, the Cardinals, the Rays, Padres, and LA. I don't see the Braves. I don't even heard one. I think I finished last place. So let's go. Three Braves to make up the. And everybody knows, what you doing this year? I mean, what are you going to do this year for me? No baseball for you. Can't give up. Well, something like that. So that's just an example. Maybe the weapon is really one time was the fast weapon solution. I just wanted to respect the man that's where the one the defense was like that. Yeah, so that came around me and that's the like that is now working the preseason with the troops. It's like the fourth week of training camp, just about the first preseason game. And all of a sudden, like coaches up like, we're going to scrimmage the first practice, and it's done 2 days. And you're coming up with the root, we're going to scrimmage. And we just like, yeah, that's the fourth week. They're running this spring to get the practice. They're 2 hours a day. And you got to go full-blown scrimmage. It's clear in there or something. That's what they were reaching last night. It's only a matter of when I read my best room. This guy's the greatest, Brian. That's it, man. And the first kick is there. One of them. But that's the most right reason. Okay, think about the air performance. That's the perfect air performance. Quarterback throw the program game. Brandon River maybe in the position. That's nice. There. Yeah, that was a. I mean, that's the quarterback pass of the one game. I know it's amazing. But that's the I think what John Lennox said about rinsing rest is it doesn't just seem to have to test. I just get freaked. I don't see that step authority. Yeah, you guys are the front, but I don't see that extra rest. I know that's what I have to say. I don't see the fourth step, bad and whatever from their back move profile. I don't see that fourth step, quarterback right now. Critical? Critical? Sure. What's the rest of the thing? I mean, the reason what's left of the family that's a vehicle from school. I kind of close to that. I don't know what happened. Tonight. Yes! Where was that? Yes. Yeah, you got Astros baseball coming up here in a few days. So, you got your big Astros game. You guys have a crowd. You got a crowd, right? Let me hear you, Reds. Have a great yeah, just gonna say have a great weekend, buddy. Appreciate it. Don't worry. I think you did. Oh, I think you did. So, whoever says that, we're gonna have the Pittsburgh. Again, you know, for running total. So, last week, for Denver, and Houston, best in town. If it continues to grow, if it continues to build, you're going to get whether it's in terms of fan, if you have any personal positions, credible benefits, including through our weekly program, the cameras, company games, the best well for brand and your race. Whether it's in terms in search of career, the person carries that band in search of career. Person carries the richest current and transfer company and deal for provider in the states. Whether it's in terms of rent, if you see too far in the state, will take you back to 200 days for history. Baseball records in the same day down vertical beat. And another big one, the Bears will hit 73rd birth rate. You'll hear it next. We're right here. Okay, well, well, that. Well, that's a little rough for you, if that's for coming up, you were looking at Scott's breakfast. Just a fix before that, just Brett, this game for us. It's a pretty cool flick on that kind of stuff. Back in 1984, well, 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 a rare player from England on his rare player. It ran 358 regular recipes to go with over the race. He breaks the record for second round for 50. Now, three of the customers. The first round, rest the first round and the rest of the second, they really took the second round because it's two really cool players. They just don't take smash from Europe, Alabama, really quick. You know, everybody did this. The rest of it. That's it. So he gets the press. That's the first press on it. Alright, so here's the second round. Second round, the second half of the 20-round diagram. River needs 2 black seconds. Reaffirm Nation, Brendel around at the middle. Third, Brian to the left. Next up, McKinnon and Merchant, Sullivan and Sam. Quick pitch to River. Looking for the lefty. Touchdown. He's got him. He's got him in a tree. Brian to the tree. From River. River takes the pitch. The guys for 50 runs. Here's 10. Sullivan Merchant has the pass and jump lead. And a second goal here in the second half. And that's going to prove it up to his dad. Lucky Fireball. River makes it. That's what's going to be the mark. That's right, yeah. They're perfectly good on surface work. Yeah. Right. If I wasn't enough for this game back in 1884, he did breaks Bryant's record 58 record recipes. It's like that. Another record developed the girl for Henry Algebra, and it was leading at the top of the heap. He started with Jim Gray in the 58, where it hit with Chris, Jack, rushing efforts, and that's to win. Third, Reagan again, third, 6.5. We're right for a nation. We got a beat. We're in for a beat. We're in a pretty good and a pretty regard. We're in a pretty hard one. And we're in a beat. He jumped. Set a second little game for all rushing back to the ball. First is the pass and jump in and turn it around. And then we go for the rip. Have a good break. And a 59 pound and a square. And we're in first down, first down, and scoring time for us. To the ball. It is all right. We're about to take the show. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. Everything rare around. You know, I used to go to this city with every single person listening, every person that's on the right side, they were at the game back. And cool. There was nothing to pull out of it. You know, you forget about the second record reference, the 59, really hard games. I never tried to get some prep back. I worked on prep for yeah, never and you got a gun, 300 fast air expression, all pretty good. You look at the stats sheet, we're between middle, 300 fast air expression and red. Literally, they're breaking, I think they did 6-3 for fast air expression. And I appreciate the greatness of the band. That's some man there, he just put his leg down, just went through there, just sure work. Right, get around the edge, it's quicker when you think it. You get around the edge, just grab a 6-star. Let's see, with that, I think grab leading rest of the 30 feet. The fans strength and stamina. They come out to full forward. They're not taking some every throw. And anyway, what a touchdown that game where he literally got flipped over Kevin Nazar, a new right back, to up to make a flat reference to Kevin Keeney came up with, and he got the flip over to the outside. Oh, there's that reprobate brightness. And that's impressive. Yeah, it's a this game. 4 minutes. Yeah, it was story. There's a great first aid that never be around 2 minutes spring up in the day. Right feet, then extended the basic number. But there are some super records this weekend. There's a superb Gabriel with the 863 season slugging pursuit. Gabriel was an 847 basic for the Unidas record round for 1998 winner rate for every 7.27 bats. Recovery in every 6.8 bats. Easy. Just asking for people to fix it. For a lot of bidders, the football is for the first and second breaks. The red doesn't break for the red for inch. It's for second. We'll play it for room. Yeah, that was that's right. That's something. And for all of us guys, we all going to wrap up. It's real hey, nothing. Wrestle for 327 yards. The top four record for a quarterback is kind of failed touchdown. Arizona had a pay around 43 and 40. Oregon State pressed about 72 72 their 81st program with no better rate. So you know, at 72. You know, Prince and Benefits at 72. For Megan Square, Agency 7. If you're a hero compared to brilliant again, if your schools promote some of the best athletes, great for prayer, failure to have something, some school brand of DHC today, and Grab Raven State, Alabama A&M, let's talk to the running prayer. Center, 7. Hey, everyone, please come up. We're going to catch up with the legendary voice of the Eagles, Barry Reese, next. Then his server got the internal attorney, murder at work, to arrest the demon check, and what proof? That's all. 602-977-1944. And Carlos operated murder at work. That's out. And I'm sorry. That's arrest. Sports 910. Just like the fuck rap everyone else. You know, they create sports 910. Rap back in right now between Philadelphia and St. Louis. Definitely. Definitely doing for Marty right there. There. And I want to know, the Brownies beat the Rays of 2 Rapids. So that'd be in the books. But I will catch up with Mr. Scott Spritzer. We'll break the Carol case and then a break the NFL game. We're pretty excited about that. And a little bit later, we'll put some stuff out into next. But that's big story, but we're pretty excited. It's been a great first step for like the Eagles in their phase. As they start. Yes, I think it's been a reference defense back then and multiple categories. And what's interesting though, the Eagles have never lost a playoff setting. They've lost 3 out straight, 4 regular seasons, and 1 NFC championship game. That says a lot. It really does. It's some things have other things happen. So think about that. They're the favorites were back there like a rats. They go back to Philadelphia. But don't forget that. Race is ready. Don't forget that Thanksgiving Day game was 7 years ago. They get the Premier by 95 to 7 or something. So just a crazy game. But I'm worried about that couple. They just can't seem to get through NFC Premier. Well, it's definitely true for me to be joined by the voice of the Philadelphia Eagles. The great news that was done. I think I was a paper boy delivered the first 2 weeks ago right now, right? And then the Philadelphia Eagles, the Toronto Press, they're back at 77. I always start to stay away from that community of Fast Sports Day. So, all right, fans, for everything else. Thanks so much for making some fans for us out here in Phoenix. How you doing? Yeah, it's so funny because the Expos have those papers, but you know, the birds when the Eagles were in the 80s. You know about the 80s, like you know, Gene Grant for the 3 hours and what was done there with the Phillies and of course the Eagles and 76ers. That was a pretty hot band. And just listening to the folks I know right there, listening to the radio station, like the Cardinals, Red Ass Turbo, and those are random fans of food where we're at right there for the Philadelphia. Yeah, it was really that's why it's so free and enough with their it's really everything, right? But I really get you just overtake like David Ricks. You know, it seems like from what we see from out here in Phoenix, you know, he is a man that's so weird thing. It's 24/7 football. And someone said, I can't remember who said this, but if Bill Belichick was a player, he would be Jerry Jones. Is that something accurate? Well, it's just him about brother player around with the Jets, and I was fortunate to go back for a couple more with the Yankees. Of course, go back to some of those games. But we got Phillies right there, we got Eagles. Leonard Fournette looking to get the grabbing over the first time. Player for the right. Browns on the way, of course, what's the big all up the 76ers. So we'll see. That's a full thing. It's not really. It's not but you never know.
I had an Eagles jacket,
right?
like a snow jacket, warm jacket.
Yeah. That's what I was wearing to the Phillies World Series game, and there was like a delay. It was a nightmare. I remember the game got over one night. I was there. I can't remember what game I was at, but there was a couple I went to. But game got over like 1:45.
It's cold back there, man.
Yeah.
It is cold.
Well, you saw the game last week against Jacksonville. I mean, it was
rain,
a huge storm.
Yeah, that was that part of that hurricane. Just was a deluge of rain that was up and down the East Coast.
Hey, the Cardinals have cut Max Williams today, and the team is expected to make another move, too. He appeared in every game this season. He was at 54 offensive snaps, 24 on special teams. He didn't have any catches. So now they got Zach Ertz. I guess they're liking what they see from Trey McBride and Steven Anderson or Stefan. Is it Stefan or Steven? I'm not sure. The Anderson kid. That's who's in their tight end room. But Williams played only 5 games last season before he tore his ACL. So he's been in the league for a while. 8 seasons, 102 receptions, close to 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns. But they cut him.
The Anderson kid can play. He can play tight end, or he can flex him out. So he can be kind of a receiver tight end. So they see some value there. I am surprised, Rock, because he is the best blocking tight end that they have. Maybe they just didn't see any value with him as far as him getting off the blocks with that knee. May have lost a step or two. Blocking, it's all within like 3 to 5 yards. So maybe they just felt as far as route running was concerned that he was going to be a hindrance to them, and they keep Anderson. The rookie, he had, 3 catches last week. And so maybe he's starting to come along so he can afford to let the veteran go.
So when you look at some of the guys that may be sidelined on Sunday, when you look at the offensive line, Rodney Hudson is doubtful with that knee injury. Justin Pugh, he's been upgraded. He was limited today in practice, so he's questionable to play with that elbow. The starting left tackle, DJ Humphries, was also limited all week because he's got a hamstring. He's questionable to play. Matt Garcia, he's already out with the toe injury. Sean Harlow will most likely be the replacement for Hudson if he can't go. And then Rodney Moore, he's questionable still with the knee injury. And defense are not too bad. Of course, kicker,
Prater.
He's out. And a few other guys have been up and down with their injuries. And Friday, a lot of guys did not play during the week. Marquise Brown was actually limited yesterday, but he had full practice today. That's a good sign.
Rondale Moore was limited. He was out of practice. A lot of guys out Wednesday, Thursday, today, and fortunately it's a home game, so they get some extra treatment. They don't have to leave, get on the big bird either today or tomorrow. So extra treatment, do what they need to do to get themselves ready, and hopefully they'll be ready an hour and a half prior to the game after they test everybody out. But this is not the game where a lot of guys are going to be dinged and banged up, Rock. They need all hands on deck versus this Philadelphia team. It's a very physical Eagles team.
And only being the, 5th game of the season to have all these guys banged up, and I don't think people realize just how good this defense has been. I mean, they've had a player nominated each week on defense.
Yes, they have.
In the NFC. They've had a lot of success. They are in the top 10 in multiple defensive categories. They've already forced 6 fumbles. They recovered 5 of those. They also forced 3 turnovers on downs. That's a big one. When you can do that, Cliff Kingsbury likes to go for it on 4th down. They've intercepted 6, including 1 in the end zone, courtesy of quarterback Darius Slay, who's just tremendous. So they got a hell of a defense. But on paper, it's hard not to look at next week in that the Eagles are playing the Cowboys. This is what some may call
So you hope not
the
a trap game. Yeah, I know where you're going with that, Rob. I think that when you have a guy, I think Sirianni, and you have your quarterback in Hurts. I think he gets that and understands that he's that guy, our coach, and you got your leaders on that team, because there's a lot of veterans on this team, aren't going to allow that to happen. And that's what you look at. It's one game at a time. You can never look beyond it, and you hope you see that. The only category where I would say that the defense is they give about 5 yards per run. Is the only category. But people go, why? How teams haven't had more success? Well, they get good running yardage, but on third and short, third and long, and you mentioned it too, on fourth, and people go, they stop you. They get you. They create fumbles. They get the pressure on the quarterback. So all of a sudden, you got 3rd down and 3, or it's a 3rd down and 5. They get pressure. They create pressure. And that's when they stop teams basically with their pass rush. But you can run on them now. It's just a matter of committing to the run, and see if they can hold that up.
Yeah, and also for Cardinal fans, we talk about teams that have the Cardinals number. The Rams, it was Carolina until last week.
Yeah.
Well, it's flip side of this. The last 5 trips that the Cardinals or the Eagles have been in Arizona, they've lost 4 regular season and championship games. So I think that's a big deal. And that you hope that Sirianni's, really putting that up there and say, hey, we've lost the last 5 times we've been in Arizona.
Yeah.
And then the same thing with Cardinal fans and Cardinal players, a little bit of confidence. Hey, when they're in our house, we get the best of them. And we beat them.
And the thing is, last week against Jacksonville, they got the 29 unanswered points. Is to try to get 29 unanswered points against the Cardinals, I think would be extremely difficult, because that's Jacksonville. But all that being said, when Sirianni is going to say, if you get up on these guys, you better keep the pedal to the metal, because they can't come back, and they will come back if you're not careful and start to sleep on your lead.
So 6-2 Phillies right now.
Yeah, I'm seeing
bottom of the 9th. So, you watching it?
Yeah, over there.
I didn't know the TV was on over there.
Yeah, they cut into the game to watch the extra 2 gun runs.
Got it.
Yeah, here, right, Toyota. So everyone's like peek over there.
Don't spend too much money this week. You're gonna buy that car for
3 minutes.
Because you're gonna lose this bet.
Yeah, well, best 2 out of 3, Rock.
That'd be embarrassing. The Phillies go ahead and they beat the Cardinals.
Yeah, I know.
Cardinals had 93 wins.
Yes, they did. And it's in St. Louis on top of everything. That's okay. It's the first game, Rock.
There's only 3.
I know. Best 2 out of 3.
You get the first one.
Yeah,
come on. You only got to win another one.
We'll win the next one, and then we'll go back to Philly. We'll win that bad boy, and we'll move on. We'll go from there.
I think it's true in cities. Winning's contagious.
Oh, absolutely.
In all the sports.
Sure.
We've seen that before, where you see, hey, the Cardinals are playing well, the Suns are playing well, even the Yotes. It doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing there. But again, what a treat to talk to Merrill Reese. If you missed that, you can head to
2 minutes.
Our Twitter page at Roc and Manuch, and you can always follow Merrill Reese at MReese Eagles. It's kind of cool when you. Is there a better job?
Oh my gosh!
Than being the voice
of a professional
team,
football
specifically
team,
NFL.
Oh my gosh!
I don't think there's a better job in sports.
That's the pinnacle.
Other than being a pro golfer.
Yeah.
And having won a few. You don't have to worry about your card.
Yeah,
go don't worry about that stress. Play golf every day.
It's just that's a pinnacle. I think the ultimate pinnacle to be the voice or part of a broadcast for a professional football team.
Hey, this weekend, if you are looking to sell your home and you're looking for the easiest way to do it and get top dollar, then you need to check out our newest partner, 72 Sold. It may be our newest partner, but of course you have heard about 72 Sold. You'd be crazy to sell your home any other way. So for the easiest, the fastest, the most profitable way to sell your home, head to 72sold.com. They have made the Inc. 500 list of fastest growing real estate companies in America. They've been featured in Forbes, ABC, CBS, NBC, and they are the official real estate partner of the Cardinals, the Diamondbacks, and of course, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. So go to 72 Sold and get a higher price for your home. That's 72 Sold. Well, it's week number 5 in the NFL. 6 in college football, some early college games that may affect the conference standings. We're going to catch up with Scott Spreitzer next. We always enjoy it. He's been coming on with us for 18 years, close to it anyway, and he'll break down 4 or 5 games as we continue from Wright Toyota. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B here on Fox Sports 910.
games with one of the nation's premier handicappers. From DocSports.com and seen every week on ESPN Sunday Countdown, he's Scott Spreitzer. And he's
Guys are
here to
hot.
help make sure your picks pay out with Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910.
All right, let's get right to it. We're going to try to get in as many as we can. We're going to start out with some college, Utah, UCLA. We'll do Washington State, USC, Washington here at ASU. That's 11 o'clock game, or excuse me, 1 o'clock game. I have some tickets to give away for that coming up here in the next segment. Also, Eagles at Cardinals, and then Raiders at Chiefs. And Scott Spreitzer joins us now on the Right to It Again site, part of DocSports.com, and you can always follow him on Twitter at ScottWins. How you doing this Friday, Scotty? What's going on?
I'm doing all right, guys, man. Just enjoying baseball start to finish today. So, yeah, enjoying baseball and ready to go for football.
I love it, man. I feel so far, you know, my whole family's from Cleveland, but I grew up in Philadelphia, so I'm 2-0 right now, I think. I don't want to jinx the Cardinals in the bottom of the ninth, but I think I'm okay at 6-2, right? How am I looking, Manuch?
I just got done watching the top of the ninth, and I thought it was probably one of the worst or most mismanaged playoff innings I've seen in a long time. Besides, the Cardinals have, 3 Gold Glovers that all had a chance to make plays and did not do it. So that was an ugly meltdown at the top of the ninth.
It's okay. No problem, right? I mean, no biggie.
And Scotty, I'm a Cardinals fan.
By the way,
Go ahead.
By the way, I had first 5 innings under, and I'm just going, phew, I didn't play full game.
That's great. All right, let's start with Utah at UCLA. Last I looked here, I had Utah minus 4.5, one of the top matchups for Week 6.
Yeah, they're laying 4.5, total right around 64.5, and without taking too much away from the Utes, they did catch Oregon State at the right time last week. Oregon State was off that, tough close loss to USC, big game for them. They actually outgained Utah, did Oregon State, 417 to 361, but they threw 4 interceptions, and like usual, it was too tough to overcome or even hang around with the team for the entire game. But it was only 21-16 more than midway through the third quarter, so the final score was a bit misleading. This will be the first time Utah has faced a really good team and in a spot that's not a big advantage for the Utes at the same time since that 29-26 loss at Florida, a game they could have won. But UCLA finally faced somebody decent last week. They woke up. They blew out Washington 500 yards in the process. They actually led that game 40-16 through 3 quarters, so it wasn't quite as close as the score would indicate. But, Utah is ranked in the bottom half of college football in things like explosive defensive metrics. I think this game goes over the total. I think both teams will score their share of points.
All right, Scotty, let's look at the Washington State at number 6 USC. Last time I looked was USC minus 13. But is this going to be the most explosive team that USC has played the whole year yet?
I think so. I'm a Cameron Ward fan, and USC opened 14.5. They're down to 13, total 64.5. But it has been as low as 12.5, now 13 in most books. Guys, I played Washington State over 5 wins before the season began. It was my biggest college football over-under wins bet that I made in a long time. And I do have to admit, I did not think they'd win outright at Wisconsin. I had them plus the points, 17, but I didn't think they'd win that outright. So I'm feeling a bit ahead of the game, so to speak, with the Cougars off of that win. But the surprise for me is that the Cougars' defense has been so good. I mean, I thought their offense would be really good, but the defense is holding opponents to less than 20 points per game, about 18, and less than 100 yards rushing per game. And obviously, this will be their toughest opponent yet. But the line is pretty much where I think it should be. I made it 12.5. It's 13. Caleb Williams, Jordan Addison, Travis Dye. These are all guys who are playing top-level football for SC. But I'm not sold on the other side of the football. I don't trust the Trojans' defense. And the one thing they've been doing is forcing turnovers, which scares me a little bit because Wazoo has a tendency of late to turn it over. I think USC wins, but I'm going to say they win by 10, and Wazoo slips inside that number.
He's Scott Spreitzer with Roc and Manuch here on Fox Sports 910. You can follow him at Scott Wins on Twitter and check him out at DocSports.com. All right, let's talk Washington here at Arizona State. 1 o'clock Pac-12 Network. Minus 14 for the Huskies. We don't believe ASU is as bad as they looked just before Eastern Michigan and then just after Herm was let go at Utah. But they made some believers last week at USC to keep it not close, but at least it was worth watching.
Competitive.
That first half.
They covered the spread.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
they won in my book.
Yeah.
So,
when an in-season coaching change is made, no matter the sport, it's like you always have to wonder if a team's going to get a boost or kind of go through the motions afterwards. And Arizona State showed that they're still playing hard. I mean, they got the cover last week. They were within 4 points at the half. I think it was 21-17 against USC. And then Washington, their defense, well, they got exposed a bit last week. They're better than last year. They made the right coaching move themselves, but they aren't quite as good as they were rated a couple of weeks ago as far as I'm concerned. And, you lose by 8, but you're down by 24 until a couple of garbage time touchdowns against UCLA. I am concerned with ASU's ground game. It's not trustworthy, but they're fighting, and I believe they can hang this number. I don't think Washington's going to cover the spread here. I think they'll win the game, but I think ASU keeps it inside that 14-point spread.
All right, Scott, let's go to the National Football League. The Eagles will be traveling here to Arizona. Eagles -5 here at the Cardinals, and a very physical Philadelphia Eagles team. The Cardinals banged up, continue to stay banged up. Question marks at offensive line as well, too. How are you looking at this game?
Yeah, I love this Philadelphia team. So there you go, Philly boy. But,
Yeah.
But week one or before week one, I was doing a preview show and at the Circa Hotel, and myself and my co-host, I think we spent about 2 hours and 45 minutes of the 3-hour show talking about how much we liked Philly going into this season. They haven't disappointed yet. I played on Arizona, by the way, twice this season, cashed both tickets. One in that easy come-from-behind win, only down 20-0 here in Las Vegas, and then one again last week, which was actually an easy win over Carolina. So it's a great spot to go against the Eagles. They're the best team thus far in the NFC, but they got the Cowboys' big divisional game up next. But having said that, I had to get 6, and it's only 5. And it's not going to get there for me as a bet in all likelihood because I don't think the number is going to go back up. They're third in the NFL, Philly, in yards per point margin, while the Cardinals are 31st in that very same metric. And all that fantastic weaponry for Jalen Hurts to work with is a bit scary for opposing defense. So I think Philly wins the game. I needed 6 to be tempted enough to back the Cardinals. Not going to get it. I think Philly ends up winning, probably 7 to 10 point victory. It is a bad spot for them, though.
All right, Raiders at Chiefs -7. It seems a little low. Is that fair, or I don't know? Tell me, was this spread where it should be? I thought they would come in a little higher.
Yeah, I'm with you on this, and I think there's a couple ways to play this. Like I got a little action on Kansas City, and I've also teased it down to 1 6-point teaser. I teased Green Bay down to 2, the London game against the Giants. Green Bay's only at 8, so I teased Green Bay down to 2, and I tied it into Kansas City being teased down to 1. And so I kind of like that quite a bit with Kansas City. But, they haven't lost to Indy on the record, but they might be the best team in football right up there with the Eagles and Bills thus far. And Vegas finally landed in the win column last weekend, but it's not a team I want to back. I mean, they were in a fantastic spot in week 4 and still barely escaped with a home win over Denver, thanks in part to a 32-yard fumble return for a score. Casey's piled up the points against Las Vegas. Look what they did to them last year, 89-23 in the 2 wins last year. And they're one of the best at applying pressure on opposing quarterbacks. They're strong against the run. You slow down Jacobs. You put the onus of the offense on Derek Carr. He misses open receivers in key moments. And then you slow down the Raiders more often than not. So it feels kind of square, but I like KC -7. But I think the best thing to do is to play that 2-team teaser, KC -1 to Green Bay -2.
Scott, I got one more here for you. The Bama, the Nick Saban, Jimbo Fisher game. Bama will beat them by 90 if he could. I'm just feel that way. But anyways, you got the rookie, you got the freshman quarterback starting. The other kids is out. I saw -24.5, over under 49. Is that being undersold? Is that taken into consideration with the King kid's going to be starting against Bama at Alabama?
Yeah, I think with that 20, it's going up. It's up to 25 in some books.
Yeah.
And I think it's a situation where it has been taken into account a little bit. But I'm with you. I mean, after the words that were exchanged
Yes.
before the season and all that kind of stuff, and then Saban says, "Oh, that's behind us." Yeah, right. This is going to be one of those games where, he's really good at getting up, 38-0 at halftime and then dialing it down in the second half.
Yeah.
Not a guy that usually goes through for the jugular. I got to think he might in this game, man. This could be awfully ugly. Maybe not by 98, like you said, but maybe by maybe 88, maybe in that neighborhood.
A little facetiousness there.
After him if he gets a chance, don't you?
Oh, yeah. And I think that, and you're right. Nick, they got up last weekend. You watched that game. He kind of dialed it down. Obviously, Bryce Young got hurt too. And I don't know if you've heard it. What is the prognosis? He probably won't play this game, but you get any word out of all the sleuths back there in Vegas where his that shoulder's at?
Yeah, they're just saying questionable, but I think they save him for bigger fish to fry
Yeah.
down the road of the SEC. This team is so darn talented, as we know, that they can win 48-7 in this game with a backup quarterback. So I think they got to, they can win this one rather handily without him. I mean, Nick is God, right, when it comes to college football. But I would think you would sit him down and saves him for bigger things down the road at the SEC.
Scott, good luck this weekend, buddy. Thanks for the time as always.
Take care, guys.
Appreciate that. As Scott Spreitzer joins us from Doc Sports each and every Friday here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Follow him on Twitter at ScottWins. Hey, make sure you tune in tomorrow to the only local sports gambling show here in the state of Arizona. It's called Take the Points, presented by Casino Arizona. It's live from the sports book in the CAZ Sports Bar there at Casino Arizona. You got Bauer, Gross, Jax. Starts at 11 o'clock, goes till 1. It's right after Backspin, the golf show, which starts at 9. And the guys give you a uncensored sports betting opinions, analysis, and advice. Tomorrow I'll be talking a lot of ASU as that game gets going on at 1 o'clock. Speaking of Arizona State and Washington, if you would like to go to the game tomorrow, I have 4 tickets that I could email you personally. They are my season tickets, and they're good seats. And if you would like to go as a thank you for listening to us, we'll take caller number 5. 602-260-9191, 260-9191, fifth caller, and they are yours. And I'll email them to you within moments. So, thank you.
About 85-ish at kickoff, 85 to 88, high about 90.
That's why I'm not going.
Yeah, gorgeous weather, Rock.
Little borderline.
Gorgeous.
No.
I think that 90 is cool. It's chilly. It's sweater
I was
weather.
in Columbus last week, and I was wearing a jacket, and that's what football football.
Fall weather, football
90 degrees, and you got a tailgate in the pavement. It's a little warm.
Wow, Jack's he getting soft in his old age?
I would say that 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go 10 years ago either.
90 degrees.
If it's 95 degrees.
80. That's going to be about 85 to 90-ish is where it's going to be tomorrow about that time. If you're there like at 11, 10, 30, 11, 875. Tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, it's going to be like 75 degrees. I checked tomorrow morning. So if you get there early, they'll tailgate. You'll be fine. They'll sunscreen.
1 minute.
Wear the hat, wear the brim. You'll be good to go. I mean, and they're great seats, Rock, too. So you'll have all kinds of, you'll have the shade. And then by the time the game's over, the sun's going down. Man, oh man. I remember back in the day, if it was tailgate, you were all over that bad boy. Showing your age, Rock.
I don't give a you know what. It's going to be. I don't agree with it. I mean, what you're saying. It's just. It's
well. You're
I'm looking at it right now. And game time is going to be 85 and sunny. It's going to get at 86.
Yeah, there you go. 10, 9:30, 10
not
o'clock.
Cold.
I mean, it's cool. It's beautiful. Are you kidding
I
me?
don't know. Tailgating at 70s, not 80s.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, Manuch, I'm looking at it right now.
9 o'clock.
80 degrees at 10 o'clock.
Oh, all right. Well, 9 o'clock, it's going to be 75 degrees.
Well, I'm not going at 9 o'clock. I'm not going to tailgate 5 hours.
Why not?
Yeah, look who's talking. Who was the last time you even were at a tailgate? You're trying to give me advice?
Probably 20 years ago.
You got to remember, I went to The Ohio University.
Sure, yeah.
Which the Princeton Review just came out.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you where we rank.
Oh, okay.
As well as where's Arizona State rank. And you will not. I could give you 100 choices to pick the number 1 party school this year, and you will not get it right.
Party school or tailgate school?
Party school. Same thing.
Oh, well, no.
Party, tailgate, it's all the same.
K-State.
It's all, you put it in there, you mix it all up.
K-State's tailgates are pretty phenomenal, too. I wonder where
How would you know?
Because I saw the photos.
All the boys told
photos. All the boys
you were playing on the field.
That's right.
You didn't see it.
Well, what they tell me nowadays, it's phenomenal.
Sometimes you're just so full of you know what.
No, that's what the guys tell me back
there.
there.
What guys?
All my
any friends?
All my alumni buddies, they're out there. If a kickoff's at 105, they're out there at 7.
EMA, baby.
Hey,
come on.
EMA.
Hey, the America's first gourmet restaurant for dogs just opened up. That's something you probably should go on assignment and figure out for us.
For a dog? I don't have a dog.
Yeah, well, you can take the Guinness. Guinness will go with you.
I'll take Guinness.
Yeah. We'll come back. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox
More sports, more Jody. The Drive with Jody Ayler. Now in mornings, 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 910.
All right, go
Did
big.
you know the human head weighs 8 pounds?
Did you know that Troy Aikman
I had you potted down. You're good.
Thanks.
16,303 yards? Did you know the career record for most hits is 4,256 by
And it's looped, so you're good.
in the Hall of Fame?
Do you know that my next door neighbor has 3 rabbits?
Now time for Fox Sports 910's
Guys are hot.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B to give you the random facts of the day driven by your Valley Chevy dealers. Find new roads at your Chevy dealer. For a dealer near you, head to valleychevy.com.
Well, for the past several years, the Princeton Review has conducted a annual survey of the top party schools in the United States, which I ask myself every time I see this each year. How can a bunch of Ivy League nerds, I shouldn't say nerds because I went to Penn for one class, who don't party,
Right.
but can put the survey together?
Well, they have to go and check out the parties. I guess.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, they got to go check them out. You imagine getting volunteer for that? Hey, you 5 guys and you 3 girls, you guys got to go around the nation, go check out, see what campus is the best party school. That's their
So
thesis.
does your alma mater make the cut? Now, I don't know how this school came out at number 1. Typically, schools in the Northeast don't get their fair share of credit, I guess, when it comes to party schools. Odds are against them with weather and, basically they stay in and chill and Netflix. But UConn came in at number 1. They don't even have sports teams that are any good, right?
Well, their women's basketball
Women's
team's
basketball,
pretty good, yeah.
football ain't bad, but think about it. They had nothing but with the dreary weather, nothing to do but go party after games. Think about that. They can't go outside. They got to stay inside. Hey, let's party. Let's go.
Well, I guess more students means more parties because the Ohio State University there in Columbus came in at number 2. They have just under 50,000 students, and they offer plenty of opportunities. And it's a wet campus, meaning that you can purchase alcohol legally at school there. I was there 2 weeks ago, and I had been there 20 years. I couldn't believe High Street, which is just amazing. It just goes on for miles, and it's just bars and restaurants, and just it's really cool. And coming in at number 3, there's something in the water or in the beer that makes us alumni from the Ohio University
Number
rage.
3?
Yes, as we came in at number 3 there, and we're known for the Halloween block party and our Spring Fest, but the school admin have been trying to put the Greek life on double secret probation since the 60s when my dad was there. My house was kicked off. We were kicked off. I was Sigma Chi.
Sigma Chi?
Yeah, we got kicked off. Our problem is our house was 2 houses down from the president. There's no way we were going to make it. Yeah, it was bad. Yeah,
That's called bad strategy right there. man.
Florida State came in at number 4. Makes sense.
See that? Yeah.
Been to that campus. Great place. Got great weather year round. USC, same thing as you would say Florida State. They came in at number 5.
3 minutes.
Iowa, great town. Iowa City, the stick and mud city officials there are boosting that drinking is down. They're saying that down is drinking is down there, but that's not the case. Come on. They party there in Iowa City. That's number 6. Rutgers up in North Jersey. Surprised to see them at number 7. Probably crazy tonight with Nebraska in town. University of Maryland, College Park was 8. Indiana, great town. That's a lot of fun. They were 9. We're doing our top 25 party schools. Alabama, 10.
See that?
Georgia, 11. Texas, Austin, great town. Everything's big there.
6th Street.
12th. Colorado, there in Boulder. That's a great place there. Beautiful campus. They came in at number 13. University of Florida, their enrollment is nearly 60,000 undergrad students. They have good football. They have decent basketball. They're always top of the rank in the SEC, so they came in at number 14. Wake Forest, really? That's at 15. Wisconsin and Madison, no question, 16. Delaware, they're in Newark. I don't even know what to say on that one. I don't know how.
Delaware?
Yeah.
Question mark.
Tulane in New Orleans makes sense. I mean, geez, when you're located next to, some of the most iconic strip bars in the country there in New Orleans. Syracuse came in at 19. West Virginia and Morgantown, hands down, one of the coolest places. That is definitely a college town. That's a lot of fun. Illinois came in at 21. Wow. Arizona came in at 22 there in Tucson. Where's Arizona State? San Diego State came in at number 23. University of Cal Santa Barbara. Okay, which I go there every summer. It's awesome.
Not Cal Berkeley.
They were 24th.
Yeah.
And coming in at the end, they have the highest accepted rates in the country. Arizona State.
ASU right there. See, Kansas State, we're focusing on education and getting
same with Montana too.
We're focused on football. Education, sports, this partying stuff. Where's that going to get you in the long run?
There's your random facts brought to you by the Valley Chevy Dealers. Your Valley Chevy Dealers serving the Valley for over 80 years. ValleyChevy.com.
What's your GPA? 0.00.
So what?
Classic line from Animal House. Gotta love it. So that's why you're so good in marketing, Rock. All the partying and understanding.
It's the networking.
The networking.
I was a bartender at a couple bars there in college, undergrad and grad.
Making sure the sorority, fraternities, parties.
I was a sales guy. I sold the tumblers, the hats, shirts, all the Greek stuff.
You had it going on, man.
I miss it.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch.
Guys are hot.
Jimmy B. On Fox Sports 910.
Sean Salisbury's coming up here in about 30 minutes. Kevin Rowe in 15 minutes. Right here at Wright Toyota, where you won't go wrong. WrightToyota.com. Got some Major League Baseball games in the book. Guardians took care of the Rays earlier today, 2-1. The Phillies came back in the top of the ninth to beat the Cardinals 6-3. And right now in the bottom of the sixth, the Mariners are up 4-0 on the Blue Jays. They're in Toronto. And coming up around about 2 hours from now, the Padres on ESPN at the New York Mets. So you got some playoff baseball going on right now. Again, Guardians, Phillies, and now the Mariners are up. But two in the books, one just about 6 innings in.
Yeah, that Mets Padre game, Scherzer versus Darvish, that's gonna be a heck of a game. You know, Mets as hot as they are, and you know the Padres made it. Let's just put it that way. They made it in, came in the back door, and just see, you know, what they're going to be able to do with that high payroll. But the Mets just Max Scherzer last time out was throwing a perfect game. They pulled him in the 6th inning. The guy's amazing. The couple of the ones that got away from the Diamondbacks, Rock.
Yeah, Diamondbacks, Merrill Kelly is going to pitch for Team USA in the World Baseball Classic. That's pretty cool, coming up in March. U.S. is part of the Pool C, and they'll play their games at Chase Field March 11th to the 15th. So you got all kinds of great commitments there. Paul Goldschmidt, Bryce Harper, and Mike Trout.
Nolan
Arenado. I mean, just some great stuff. Congratulations to Steven in Peoria. Won our tickets to see ASU host number 24 Washington tomorrow. The Devils have dropped 4 in a row since their opening win over NAU. Huskies come in 4-1. And then tomorrow night, about 6, you got the Wildcats and the Ducks going at it on the Pac-12 network.
Well, thank God no more was it Pac-12 after dark. You know, at least they played a decent time at 6 o'clock. I know a lot of Oregon Duck fans. If you're a Ty Thompson fan, a lot of folks from Mesquite High School, he's the backup quarterback for Oregon. We're going to head on down to Tucson and see him play. But Bo Nix, he's kind of laid the plans there. He's entrenched as a quarterback, playing really good. So I just hope the Jedfish era be very competitive. They took care of business last week against Colorado, that they give that Oregon team a run for their money.
It'll be interesting because Oregon is last place in Pac-12 when it comes to pass defense.
Yes.
And Arizona is number 3 in pass offense.
Yeah, DeLara. And he 6 touchdown passes last week against Colorado. Now, I know a lot of folks would say, well, that was just a scrimmage. Well, I don't know. If you get hot, you get hot. And if you find the vulnerability against this Oregon defense, it could be one of those high-scoring, 45 to 48 kind of games. But, hey, you never know, because Oregon, a couple of 10 years ago, back-to-back years, they went in and got knocked off by U of A Wildcats. Matter of fact, it was Marcus Mariota's junior year they got knocked off down there.
The Cardinals have cut veteran tight end Max Williams this afternoon. He appeared in all 4 games this year, coming off that ACL last season. I know he's a fan favorite, and a lot of people loved him. The fact that he was able to overcome that horrible injury last year, and a guy that was seemed like just been happy to be out there. You see some of the interviews some of the TV guys have done, and then you're like, you kind of root for a guy like that.
Yeah, and I think that he was their best blocking tight end. So the only thing I can think of is that McBride's doing pretty good at tight end, and he's had 3 or 4 catches last week. And Zach Ertz, and then the Anderson kid can play. It's kind of a hybrid tight end. You can flex him out. You can put him a receiver. You can bring him in. And the only thing I can think of was some of these guys that are starting to come eligible. Wesley is one of those receivers that they've got to make room for him. Now, whether they bring him back or not, yet to be seen. And the other thing that I think about is, he ran routes fairly well. It's good hands the last couple of years. Maybe he's not running routes as good as they want him to, coming off that knee injury, and they just can't afford to keep him on when the McBride kid's starting to come on. And then you got Anderson that can be kind of a quasi receiver and tight end combo.
The Warriors, as the Golden State Warriors, are trying to figure out how the Draymond Green punching Jordan Poole video was released and how it got made public. If you have not seen it, it's jaw dropping, literally. I mean, Draymond just winds up and punches the you know what out of Poole, and I don't know how everyone that was there. Once you see this video, how can he still be on this team?
Yeah, he's Draymond Green, and I wonder.
It doesn't matter.
I agree, Rock. I mean,
make a statement. It's amazing how the NBA is run by the players. You can punch your teammate in the face.
Yeah,
literally. I mean, just clocked him.
Teammate.
What'd I say?
Well, no, I'm just saying because I think.
And I'm like, literally beat the you know what out of him with that one punch, and you don't get kicked off the team.
Well, something's got to be there. Reminded me that the way he hauled off and hit him when Kermit Washington was playing against Rudy Tomjanovich, he stopped and turned around and just cocked him. I mean, same kind of they were opponents
was in a game, but these guys are teammates in a practice.
I get it.
Mikal Bridges just tweeted, "We fight." Gosh dang it! Well, not like that. I don't think. My golly,
you might get after a little bit, but that was just haul off and knock.
Somehow
him out
TMZ got it, which you got to give them credit. They seem to always get.
How do they get all this stuff anyway?
I don't know, but he literally steps up to him and just punches him,
Cold
knocked him down.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense. How that? I mean, he apologized. He apologized to his team. He did all that other crap. But come on, that is suspended for how long?
Right, for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, no pay. I mean, you cannot do that.
I don't think any player. He's not Michael Jordan. Okay, he's not LeBron James. He's not Steph Curry. You cut his ass.
Well, Draymond Green, they will tell you last year
he's up for a contract. I think next year.
Well, he's supposedly the heartbeat of the team. He's that soul of that locker room. That guy that keeps everybody going. He works hard. He hustles. He's a pain in the ass, but you deal with it. You hear all that stuff, and Kurt say, "Yeah, we deal with a lot of crap from Draymond, but he's always there to make the big plays when we need him to. Makes the big shots." They're not going to cut him. I think that you suspend the guy for at least 2 or 3 weeks, to conduct detrimental to the team. I mean, if they don't suspend him or send him home for a couple 2 weeks to go get some help, number one, then this is wrong by Golden State to not do something.
It's just
cold cocked him.
It's so mind-boggling, and if you haven't seen it, you have to Google it. Do it right now. I mean, just Google Draymond Green. It's everywhere, and I'm shocked. I can't get it.
Surprised he didn't break his jaw, or we
don't know. Like we haven't heard.
Well, but something like that, you would hear that broke his jaw to go to the hospital, get his jaw shut, wired shut. All he can drink is milkshakes for the next 2 or 3 weeks. Hell, Rudy Tomjanovich, I mean, he was literally down. I want to say if he ended that season for sure, and kind of crimped his career from there on out. I always remember it happened to Kermit Washington in reference to that whole thing. But that is detrimental. And here's the other thing, too. I wonder if Poole would file assault charges against Draymond Green. Hey, by the way, Dre, if you get the police knock at your door, I filed charges against you. He's lucky he didn't file charges against him.
Well, then what's Steph Curry going to say about this? Whose side is he going to
Well, he say, we can't have that. We can never if you're the leader of that team, you're truly the leader of the team, Steph Curry go to Steve Curry, I got this. We're not going to tolerate this, not going to have it. Get your butt out of here. Whatever it is, you got to be that leader. You can't accept something like that.
The thing is, such a sucker punch. Poole didn't even have a chance to defend himself.
Well, that's the whole thing. That's what I'm saying.
It's almost like we saw with Chris Rock and
Will Smith.
Will Smith. I mean,
he came out of nowhere.
It just
slapped him.
Clocked him.
Yeah.
I mean, this is unbelievable. I mean, when you showed it to me before the show, I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
How do you still have a job?
Well, it's that's the unfortunate part about it. It's Draymond Green. We still haven't heard of discipline, what they're going to do with him, one way or the other, or what they should do with him.
He said they're going to handle it internally.
Yeah, well, whatever. I wonder what the commissioner's thinking about something like that.
And how much pull does the commissioner have to jump in?
Well, he's got a lot of pull.
Team.
Yeah, he can just go to the team and
3
say,
minutes.
look, we can't. we can't. You guys got to come down this kid hard, and if you don't, then we'll go ahead and insurrect something into our place from that standpoint.
I feel like he didn't have a lot to do with it until the video got released, because what the report said was very light compared to what the video we all saw.
They kind of blew it off in the report. Yeah, they had a little brouhaha at practice. Yeah, he cold cocked him. Yeah, I would say so. The thing you bring up, Rock, is the defenselessness of it just coming out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You didn't say, hey, look, you want some of this, whatever, and to get Poole go, okay, you want to bring it on. Then nobody had a chance to go and break it up because there's never any warning. So
2 minutes.
Draymond Green getting a little mentally irregular at times.
Hey, if you're looking to upgrade your backyard now that the weather's getting better and maybe you're looking for a new patio grill set, well, we're giving one away. It's a customized backyard patio grill set. All you have to do is text PEAKS to 55678. That's PEAKS to 55678. And you'll be entered. You do it each and every day, and it's courtesy of our friends at Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light. You can enter every day, as I mentioned. Standard message and data rates apply. Again, that's PEAKS to 55678. Coming up, Sean Salisbury will join us in about 15 minutes, get his take on it. I want to ask him about J.J. Watt. Houston, he's in the Houston market. J.J. Watt's still a huge part of that community, and the whole deal with the heart. We'll talk to him about that as well as some of the other storylines in the National Football League. And he's a Boston Red Sox fan, so I'll have some fun with that since they finished in last place, which is great. All you Red Sox fans that came out of the woodwork many years ago.
Yeah.
But next, it's our Lerner and Rowe over-under contest where you get a chance to compete against Kevin Rowe. You can win a $50 Visa gift card. If you could beat him, be the third caller at 602-260-9191. That's 260-9191 for your chance to win. That's next as we continue on from Wright Toyota. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Arizona's top full-service law firm, Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602
Guys are hot.
1900 and Lerner and Rowe. No fees unless you win. Now, Counselor Kevin Rowe with Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910.
Would it be appropriate right now to just fire off the UCLA Bruins fight song?
Or just replay the game.
Or replay the game?
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Huh.
Rub that salt in that wound. Woo!
Wow. Washington alum Kevin Rowe joins us now on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910. How are you making out? You guys going to redeem yourselves tomorrow, maybe?
Let me tell you, what an absolute brutal game. I was just actually saying that when the game was going on, obviously we talked last week about how my father's a UCLA alum. And on the first drive, when Washington decided it was fourth down to go for it, ends up scoring a touchdown. Instead of even getting the first down, I popped off and sent my dad, it's going to be a long night for you. It's going to be a really long night. And then after that, he responded a few, 3, 4, 5, 10 times, and I stopped responding. It was a brutal evening to watch. And I just got me worried about this week. They had 4 games at home, and then their first road game is a big test, UCLA, the Rose Bowl, under the lights, Friday night, and they failed. And then now they're coming here, which they never play well in the heat. And it's another road game. So it's going to be interesting to see how they turn things around, and hopefully they turn things around.
Did the defense not get the memo what time the game started? I'm just curious, sir, Kevin. I mean, what the hell? I mean, where?
Yeah, that was.
That's the thing, Manuch. I can't even say that because that was their first drive.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then the other aspect is, I mean, you have a quarterback, and that's the thing when they do these preseason things and start hyping people up, potential Heisman candidate, and you hype people up, and then here he's had what, 1 interception, I think, and then he throws 2 or 3 last week. It was brutal, all the way around brutal. Wow. So look, hats off to UCLA.
Sure.
It's huge.
So I'm assuming, you being a big alum like USC, they bring all their big famous alums in for games, and you're on the sideline, and you're doing all that, right? You'll be on Frank Coach Field tomorrow, or are you going to go maybe? Disney on Ice is in town. You're probably doing that, right?
Yeah, so I guess to go with that story, if you remember the last time I was on the sidelines, which was a few years back pre-COVID, I was screaming at the players and the coach, so that didn't last on the sidelines very long. Then, to answer the second part of your question, yes, I will be at Disney on Ice tomorrow, so I won't be watching the game.
Such a good family.
You're
man.
such a great dad.
They were going to have him, be out there, do the coin flip.
Sure.
Washington. They're most famous alums here.
Yeah. And I think sometimes,
that's what it is.
I think sometimes, I think sometimes the wife kiboshes a lot of stuff. Do you realize Disney on Ice is here, and you can always watch your Huskies at any particular time? Have you ever heard that conversation before there, Coach? Yeah, you will go down that road, Kev?
Exactly.
We'll leave it at that, Manuch.
I guess, Rock, you had me thinking. I said the most infamous alums or famous alums. I'm trying to think. I guess I'm right up there with Jeremy Stevens and Hope Solo. Am I in that?
Yeah, you're up there.
Yeah.
You're not, you're up there, I would think.
You're not chopped liver, Kevin. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, okay.
Not even close. Not even close. It's so much better.
All right, let's get to it. We got Mitchell. He gave his over and unders. Let's start with the first one. Combined passing yards for both quarterbacks on Sunday.